Hello Alice, welcome on board. It's so nice to have you on our team. Welcome to Chrissy Architects. And I'm Cheryl Percy. I'm the project coordinator at Chrissy Architects. Let me just explain to you about our project team and who are involved in it. And our project manager is Miss Catherine Francis, followed by our architect, Mr. John, our director, Mr. James McCarthy, and our site engineer, Mr. Peter. So we also have tie-ups with our contractors who are Mr. Asher, and the major project team who always run the whole project are Miss Rose, Miss Sarah, and Miss Abigail. So this whole presentation is just to explain to you about the ongoing project, which is Project Eden. Let me just give you a brief introduction about what the project is. This project is actually for our VIP client, Mr. Chris Hemsworth. I think you're well aware of that. And this is a proposal for his beach house at Rouge River, Scarborough, which is and we are going to construct a 1,000 square feet duplex house on a 2,600 square feet land. So this duplex house is going to be 500 square feet each floor. And the main goal of the project is to create a sustainable and an energy efficient building. So I'm very glad to explain to you about that we have been nominated by the IGBC, which is the International Green Building Council, as one of the best design proposals for green building and sustainable structure. So I think this will be a first step and a first step to our success for this project. And our main goal is to execute the design proposals which we have given for the competition, and we are going to make it an energy efficient and energy saving building. Okay, let me start off with the gory details in the project. Regarding the project implementation, we'll be implementing smart thermostats, water management system, and solar panels, which will be part of our energy efficient system. So our major deliverables of this project will be as I mentioned, 1,000 square feet house, which is energy efficient with a proper water management system, which will be using a geothermal energy system. And here the other deliverable will be installing solar panels where all the electricity will be supported for the house through the consumption of solar energy. And the next deliverable will be the reuse and recycle of water and stormwater drains. So we also have a part, sorry I forgot to introduce our landscape designer, Ms. Priyanka, and she will be handling the whole landscape part of the project. So here we have the landscape as well as the water management system going side by side. So let's move on to the next part of the project, and I just want to explain to you what comes within our scope and which is out of our scope. The first and foremost with our scope is we have an agreement with our client and we have produced our detailed drawings as well as schematic drawings, which will be a part of our scope. And we will also have the whole site excavation and execution of the project, which is also within our scope, and all the installation of the energy efficient fixtures and fittings will also be a part of our scope. The things which are out of scope in our project is the HVAC installation system, which was supposed to be also a part of our project, but still the client has further other contractors who he wants to involve in our project, so we will not be handling the HVAC system here. Then the other one which is out of scope is the landscaping execution. Yes, I mentioned that we have a landscape designer, Ms. Priyanka. She will be handling all the detailed drawings and all the necessary things for the landscape process, but she will not be the one who is executing. We have another external partner who will also be partnering with our company for this project, because it's a VIP project. I think you understand that. Now let me move on to the tentative schedule of the project. So we have accounted this project an estimated time period of 7 months, which will be from this July to the end of March 2023. So in the tentative schedule, we have actually split the project into 9 different phases, out of which the first and the second phase first to third phase have already been completed. So here, if you can refer the document, you can see that the first phase, which is the forming of the project team and project planning, has been done. And the second phase is the contract and the agreements, which is also being done with the client. And the terms and conditions have been explained to the client. And third phase is the producing of a schematic and the detailed drawings, which has also been presented to the client and has been approved by our director. So now we have the rest 6 phases which we'll be focusing on. So we are just now started, which is the fourth phase is the bill of quantities and estimation, which we have already given a same as the schedule. We've also formed a tentative budget for the project, which accounts to about 87,350 Canadian dollars. So out of this 87,350 Canadian dollars, we have actually split into 4 different types of cost. So the first and the foremost is going to be our building permits, the taxes, insurance, all these comes under the first phase. And the second one is going to be the design drawings and the detailed drawings and the site supervision, which will be our second cost. And then we have 2 costs, which is the construction of both these costs are basically construction cost. And here we have actually split into hard and soft costs. And let me just look into it. And like I said, the overall budget is 87,350 Canadian dollars. So out of which the hard costs account for about 46,000 and odd for Canadian 46,000 Canadian dollars, and for the soft cost it accounts to about 1,160 Canadian dollars per month. So basically the soft cost includes costs which are on a monthly basis. And I think I've covered the most important parts, the schedule and the cost. Let me move on to the next portion, which is the estimated benefits. So here what we've done is we've actually given a projection on different perspectives, from the perspective of a project manager, from the perspective of site engineers and architects. So here in estimated benefits, we have accounted to about $20,000 Canadian dollars as the estimated benefits, out of which we have categorized based on energy savings, based on higher productivity, based on better maintenance, and based on avoiding overspending and accidents. So based on all these 4 categories, we have these $20,000 are split into the different categories based on as I said, based on the projections. So let me move on to the final part, which is the risk, constraint and assumptions. So the overall risk here is going to be that we've already been nominated by the IGBC as a good design proposal, but our risk and our challenge here will be that we have to make sure that our executed project outcome is also going to be a green building. And the next risk is going to be the building. Once the building is being done, the building has to perform. And here I've left out to mention that the overall success factor of this project will be measured using the life cycle assessment of the building. As I said, because it's an energy efficient building, so it's going to be measured based on how the building is going to be going to perform. So basically our second risk is going to be the performance of the building. And the third risk is the obvious one. We can see that there's so much of inflation and cost rise in everything and anything. So if there is too much of rise in material and equipment cost, then it's going to fluctuate from our budget. So this will be our third risk. So let me move on to the next topic, which is our constraints. So when we talk about constraints, is that we're saying that it's a zero energy building and energy saving building. So it's pretty hard to find the energy saving sources and the equipments. So that will be one of our constraints. And the second one will be, as I said, we are going to have solar panels in our building. So eventually, even though it's a solar building, you need something called as battery backup and energy saving, which will also be one of our constraints which we have to work on. And the third one will be the water treatment system. Why I'm talking about the water treatment system here is that, as I said, this project is going to have a lot of landscape, as we're only constructing 1,000 square feet building on a 2,600 square feet plot. So I think without destroying and without damaging the existing landscape and the forthcoming landscape, the water management system has to be executed. So these are the 3 constraints of our project. And the final and the last thing is about the assumptions. So when I'm talking about the assumptions, the major thing that we assume is that all the materials and equipments will be acquired before the project commences, before the execution of the project. And the second thing is that we're actually renting out the neighboring plot for the period of 3 to 4 months, where we'll be storing all our products there. So these are our basic assumptions. So I think you have got quite the idea of what the project is all about. I'm glad you could join this project, and I think and I hopefully believe that we will successfully complete this project. And I forgot to mention this, that we, after the completion of the project, we'll be submitting the design again to the IGBC Council, where they will be evaluating how we have constructed it and what we have implemented in the project. And further, they will give us a time period of 5 to 6 months to see how the building performs. So as I was saying, the life cycle assessment, and based on that, we will be, if the building functions properly, we will be awarded the IGBC Green Building Award for this year, for the next year actually. So let's hope for the best. Thank you for being a part of the team, and I hope you have a good time here. Thank you.